Well, many in the media are trying to brush off some of this rough polling for President Biden. You just heard there Democratic Senator Joe Manchin sort of talking about his independence, both sides, and avoiding that 2024 question yet again. Watch this.
I have never been a spoiler, nor will I ever be a spoiler on any election. If I'm involved to win. But to be a spoiler for the sake of throwing the election one way or the other, I would never do. And that's not what, how or what I would ever make it.
Okay, that's not really a yes or a no on the question of whether he would actually run third party. I guess we'll see. Meanwhile, USA Today has an op-ed out, and the author writes this: ignore the polling panic. Why I'm confident Gen Z will elect Joe Biden again. Well, the unpopular president has been turning to one of his biggest supporters and his former boss, President Obama. He needs some help and some guidance on how to win back some of these young voters. Vanity Fair has a headline. Relatedly, Obama's campaign manager has some advice for Biden on America's youth. Don't assume they're going to vote. And Jesse, since we're talking about the Democrats, let's start with you. I think that is the key question that's keeping some Democrats up at night. I don't think they're worried that large swaths of Gen Z are going to all of a sudden flip and vote for the Republicans, right, particularly if it's Donald Trump. They are worried that they might say, we don't like any of this, we're disillusioned, we're not voting. That would make a big, big difference and be a huge problem, right, for your party.
Absolutely. It'd be catastrophic if our key cohort, certainly one of our key cohorts, but in the last couple of elections, midterms, and then look at all these referendums on the Dobbs decision that we've seen across the country, that has been motivated by Gen Z voters who turned out en masse. Now, I always maintain this, and it's important to the Democratic psyche to understand, we like to be scared. We run better when we're scared. We don't want to be confident about anything. Elections in this country are hugely polarized. It is always going to be close. But I would like to draw everyone's attention to the new CBS poll that came out today. The Gen Z voter margin, 27 points in Joe Biden's favor. This follows up on the Institute of Politics, the Kennedy Center poll out of Harvard a few weeks ago that had him at the same margin that he won by in 2020, around 30 points. There have also been a slew of polls that have said, you know, oh, Trump is winning the youth vote, or it's within one in the margin. Also that he's making tremendous gains amongst black voters. The 27 points is the accurate number. Your turnout question will be what actually is important.
But even within that poll that you just mentioned, they do the head-to-heads. Trump is leading Biden by 2. DeSantis leading Biden
within
by
the margin
3.
of error,
Nikki Haley leading by 8 head-to-head, Charlie. So maybe the nerves that the Democrats love to feel are well-earned.
Yeah,
they should be nervous.
It's going to be a great year if you guys love to be scared.
I'm looking forward to it.
There's no doubt about that. But this is the problem where you have a guy, you know, they ran Joe Biden not as Joe Biden. Nobody went out to vote for Joe Biden. People went out and voted against Donald Trump.
Right.
And that's kind of the problem when you're suddenly in the race that you're in now, where you have, this incredible lack of enthusiasm to the point where you have the president actually violating the Supreme Court rulings in order to bribe young people with paying off their college loans in order to try to get them to vote for him. And even then, the enthusiasm really isn't there.
And Aisha, quickly, we looked at the ABC News poll, a different survey today, and they track Trump's popularity. The numbers are not good for Trump. Then you look at Biden's numbers like, whoa, they are a lot worse. 33% approval. That is basically bottom of the barrel for a sitting president.
And it's not just young voters who obviously value quality of life over everything else, right? It's not just the student loans. It's also I can't buy a house and I can't afford this and I'm putting everything on credit cards. And I hear all the complaints because I have a lot of, I know a lot of younger people. My younger sister is 6 years younger than me, and she also can't buy a house right now, her and her husband. But it's also the black vote. They're very worried about the Hispanic vote. You hear this all the time, you know, the quality of life, the economy. That is what they care about. Abortion obviously will be a huge issue again, as it was last year. But quality of life, and am I able to do the things that I want to do to live the American dream? If that's not happening, that's a big problem.
And there is a ton of time between now and then, so I think we will have a lot of change. We'll be watching it all.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.